Michael Goldsmith, hello. I gotta make myself some coffee, buddy. You got here early. Crispy Cat, hey. You guys hang out for a minute, and I will be back. I gotta go make coffee, and then I will be here. All right. Thank you for coming in early, Michael Goldsmith and Crispy Cat. Thank you, guys. Be right back. 3 minutes. Okay. Got my grapes. I told you guys were here early. No one else is here yet. Can you believe it? Told you. They're here early. Okay, coffee's brewing. Be right back. Okay, who else is here? Who else is here? Let's see. We've got Crispy Cat and Michael Goldsmith still. Okay. Guys, the two of you, thank you. Michael Goldsmith, let me ask you a question. Is there a reason that you don't watch on Rumble? In YouTube, I'm going to go ahead. What you drinking? Pete's French roast. Let me get. Ooh, I never promoted this. Okay, I just realized. There's a link. Come on over to Rumble, please. Why aren't you watching on Rumble? Let me know why you're not watching on Rumble. Give me a second here. I'm just gonna figure. I gotta promote. Okay. Twitter. Yes, and Truth Social. Truth Social is quicker to post on than Twitter, actually, because you don't have to click anything. The option to post comes up automatically. I like that. That's smart. Okay, let's get rid of Truth Social. That's back to science. We're going to be talking about her. This is Twitter. Okay, and this is the Rumble sphere. Now let's get your chat over here. And let's move this to go with the chat. That did not work. Son of a gun. Son of a gun. Why would you do that, man? It did that thing again. Where it closes out, and I gotta delete it, man, because I don't know what else to do. I'm sure there's another way out of it, but I don't know what to do. Okay, let's do the chat again. Wow, Rumble chat, yeah. There it is. Cool, great. Okay, and Restream chat. Where's the Restream chat at? Did I delete it? I don't see it. Restream chat. It did the same thing. Why does it do that? That is so weird. Okay, delete that one. You know, if I start moving it, it freezes up my whole computer. It's so bitter. Hello. We got Bitter. We got Crispy Cat. We got Michael Goldsmith. 3 people. 3 people that will say hello to me. Okay. Token Tony Z. Hey, buddy. Okay, so we got 4 people. Great. All right, so I'm having a little issue with getting the chat up, but wait, there it is. Okay, that's why, because it's right here. Restream chat, it even says it. Oh my goodness, there it is. Okay, well, it was hidden from me, but there it is. We'll just keep it right there. That's fine. And then I'll make my camera a little smaller here. Said no podcast ever. But I'm sorry, said no podcaster ever. And let's bring all this down and in like that. Okay, great. No, I don't want to put my coffee up there. All right. How cool do these grapes look? It's like the classic. It's like the classic grape bunch, man. You know, like the wine grapes. When you're in California, in Northern California, and you're driving through the wine country, this is, you see these everywhere, man. In the vineyards, it's like they look just like that. Maybe a little smaller, but reminds me of NorCal. Anyhow, so those of you who are on Twitter and able to take that poll that I put up, I greatly and so much, I really, 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 really do appreciate you guys doing that. I'm just going to take a look over there real quick and see if I've got more than 6 votes or whatever it was last time. Yeah, I've done a lot of tweeting since then. Go vote in the real vote today. There it is. It's got, hey, look at that, man. 7 votes. 96 views and only 7 people clicked the yes or no. 96 freaking views. That's a lot of views for me so quick. I don't know why people are scared to vote. I mean, 7 votes. But it's definitely winning with the yeses, and I would love it if you guys would go over there and vote. So let me give you a direct link in the chat. Here it is on the YouTube chat. If you have a Twitter account, I'd greatly appreciate you going over there and voting right now. And the answer, hopefully, your answer would be yes. We would like to see Dr. Susan Oliver debate Steve Hirsch. Steve Kirsch on Zoom, on a Zoom chat call. It doesn't have to be in person. Why is she requiring him to fly out? You know, it's like she wants to give him all these hoops to jump through and then threaten him with being arrested if he shows up there. Instead of just, manning up. Sorry to use the term if that offends anybody, but fucking man up, grow some balls, grow some hair on your ball sack, Susan, and stand up to this guy and fucking do what you put your money where your fucking mouth is, where your fat mouth has been. You want to play all these games. But if you go through the responses to your tweet and your poll, it's nothing but people telling you, hey, you lost your poll, now go debate the guy. Obviously, you don't want to. You're scared. And that's fucked up because you're supposed to have science and the truth and data and facts behind you while he's just a hack. And he is a hack. How dare you not take his challenge? How dare you? Just so all these thousands of people that are watching right now, people like me, will shut the fuck up about it. But you won't even have the decency or the sense to do what you said you wanted to do. You were the one that made the poll. Who wants to see me debate, have a discussion with Steve Kirsch? Everybody does. That's what your poll said. None of this majority shit either. And it's not about the majority. That's not how a poll works, by the way. Polls are really easy, man. It's the one that gets the biggest amount of numbers, the one that gets the most amount of votes, wins. No majority, not adding things together, any of that shit. The one that won, the answer that won was the yes. So quit playing games. Oh, did you vote? Oh, did you vote? 8 votes, Crispy Cat. Wow. Thank you, Crispy Cat. Wow. Thank you for that. Anybody else want to vote? I see I got 8 votes now. Yeah. I wonder who's voting no. That's not the point, is not to vote no. The point is to vote yes. Just so you know, I don't necessarily want to see them debate each other, really. I really don't, because he's an idiot and she'll win. I think it's important, though, that if she wants to retain her reputation among people like me and other people on the internet, just random people that are just tuning into the conversation, she needs to put her money where her mouth is. She needs to stand up what she said. And I'm giving her an easy way out. Just go on a Zoom chat, and we've seen them both do it. We've seen Steve Kirsch and Dr. Susan Oliver debate people on Zoom chats. So it wouldn't be an issue for her to just click on her computer and him to click on his computer and for them to make a video. It would be simple. But she plays these silly games. It almost makes you think that she is second-guessing her ability to take him on and win in an actual debate. It's like she's not confident. Where's her confidence at? It's like she has none. She plays this confident, badass on YouTube. And I think she's playing a character. She had me fooled, man. I thought she was confident. I thought she had a high regard for her own opinion and for her education and her experience. She brags about it. She calls herself PhD. Her channel is Back to the Science. We'll defend the science against this moron that lies about it. Where the hell are you when we need you? Where the hell are you when the truth needs you? Where the hell are you when science and facts and people's lives are hanging in the balance? All the morons that listen to him, they're out there getting themselves killed. And I like to make jokes about it and say, ha, it's natural selection, survival of the fittest. It's how we weed out all the morons. No, my heart bleeds for those people, man. They're stupid. And I found that out. Just because you're stupid doesn't mean I fucking hate you. I don't hate you because you're stupid. I hate you because you're stupid and you refuse to listen to me when I'm telling you what the facts are. Then I fucking hate you. Especially when you can see I'm smarter than you and you won't even fucking listen to me. That's a doozy, isn't it? Put mine in. Oh, did you vote too? Good. I guess it was earlier, huh? I got 8 votes over here still. Let me refresh the page. 8 votes, yeah. 75-20. I guess you did it earlier. Right on. I voted, says Honey Dipper Dan. Yeah. Okay. Calls herself Christian, then beep off like a beep. You can go read that tweet and other doozies on my Twitter feed at Nay's Garden. Sean saw it. You know, we could talk about this. This post is unavailable? Oh, no, there she is. Okay, cool. Okay, this is going to be hard to watch, but we'll trudge through it. It's only a minute. It's funny I said that. It's only a 1 minute thing. So funny. Hold on 1 second. Dad brought up the chat again? Weird. There you go. Okay, watch this. Now, I'm telling you right now, this is going to be hard to watch. I know it's only a minute. I only made it a couple seconds in and I had to turn it off. That's how stupid this... God, man, I hate using these words. That is how fucking stupid this fucking cunt bitch is right here. This is how fucking stupid this cunt bitch is. I only made it in a couple seconds in. And I couldn't watch anymore because stupidity is so repulsive to me. It's like opposing magnets. I can't be anywhere near it. It makes me want to vomit. The fact that this exists, look at her with her little Farrah Fawcett fucking turns in her hair like she's back in 1979. What the fuck is that, you dumb bitch? You just do that because you saw other people doing it? You're a fucking cuck, bitch, moron. That's cuck. That's cuck right there. That's a fucking cuck bitch right there. Oh, it's the style, it's the style. No, you're just a cuck bitch, and you don't know how to look pretty on your own, so you have to look at what everybody else is doing so you can try to fit in because you're a fucking idiot. But I digress. Just wait till she opens up her fucking pie hole.
I'm calling out the Pope right now. I'm calling out Pope Francis.
Okay, she's calling out the Pope right now. She's calling out Pope Francis. You know, and I'm betting she's Catholic or Christian. And I'm betting she's one or the other. If this man's opinion matters to her, you know, there's obviously something there religiously for her. So, let's say she's a Christian. Love thy neighbor, right? You know, treat all with kindness and love, peace on earth. Christians, right? That's what they claim, right? Let's hear this Christian. Let's hear what she has. Let's hear what she has to say.
If you are a Catholic, if you're someone following Pope Francis, then you need to turn away right now because he has just proved to you that he is a wolf in sheep's clothing. Pope Francis has just proved that he is under satanic and demonic influence.
He's under satanic and demonic influence. Who does this remind you of? Does that remind you of anybody? I'll give you a hint. W.H. Grandpa's entire following. All of the fucking cue ball nut jobs. You know, what's her name when she comes in here? I can't remember her name. Clara Sue. You know? All the fucking nut jobs. Oh, it's Satan. They're all child molesters. It's a child molestation ring. They're doing satanic rituals. Hillary Clinton is drinking their blood and making adrenochrome or whatever the fuck it's called out of their blood and injecting herself. And they're all injecting themselves and they're doing these rituals and they're burning kids at the stake and drinking their blood and blah, 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 blah. All right. Let's hear what Cue Ball Bitch, what else she has to say. That's where I shut it off. So I made it 19 seconds in. A minute and 2 seconds, I only made it 19 seconds in. I was like, you're done. But I digress. Demonic influence, right? The Pope is influenced by the devil. Let's keep going.
And he is a figure that you should not be following. Pope Francis has officially approved that priests are allowed.
Now, I thought she was going to say has approved that priests are allowed to be LGBTQ, or that has said that you know what's going on in Israel is okay, or that you know something, right? Listen to this, guys. This is what she's upset about.
To bless same-sex marriages.
So what she's upset about is the same thing Hillary Clinton got in trouble with 20 fucking years ago. 20 fucking years ago. Do you remember when Hillary Clinton had famously said on a talk show, I believe marriage is between a man and a woman? And the whole world was like, whoa, Hillary, what? Right? She had to walk that shit back. Why? Because, you know, sometimes two men want to get married. Sometimes two women want to get married. And they deserve all the same privileges that marriage gives all the heterosexual couples out there who've done it before them. Why? Because they're fellow human beings. And if you want to, you know, design a construct, call it marriage, well, it better fucking be for every goddamn human being, because if it's not, what good is it? You know, it's marriage is only for certain people? No. Is that Christian? Is that the Christian way to exclude people from marriage because you don't like that it's two men or two women? Hey, I don't like your fucking stupid, lame attempt at trying to be Farrah Fawcett with your stupid fucking hair curlers. How about women like you that do every fucking beauty trend that was ever popular that week? How about you guys lose your rights? How about that? You don't get married. Yeah, when you got your hair like that, you don't get to get married. No. Marriage isn't for women who curl their hair like that. Would you like that? Well, but you're a human being. No. I don't like that you curl your hair. You know, just like you don't like that one man is sleeping with another man or one woman is sleeping with another woman. You know, we don't like your fucking stupid hair because you don't know how to fucking make yourself look beautiful on your own. You're an idiot. You're a cuck bitch. I digress. We still have 32 seconds left of this beautiful video, and I have no idea what's coming next. No idea. Here we go.
And let me be clear about one specific thing.
Okay, she's going to be clear. She's going to be clear now about one specific thing, and I got to tell you, I haven't seen this, and I'm on pins and needles. I just can't wait to hear her clarity. Let's go.
You cannot bless what God calls an abomination.
Okay, God called same-sex marriage an abomination. You're going to have to show me that. You're going to have to show me that. Okay, you're going to have to show me that. Let's start at the beginning. Number one, first, you're going to have to prove to me that there is a God. Second, you're going to have to prove to me that God was the actual entity that wrote the words that you're reading out of that stupid fucking book that was written by men years ago. You're an idiot. But she's going to be crystal clear. Okay, God claims that same-sex marriage is an abomination. So I'm sure she's going to quote the Bible verse now, right?
It just proved to you that he is a wolf in sheep's clothing. This is why it's so important.
So she has absolutely no evidence to substantiate what she thinks is a fact, that supposedly God finds that same-sex marriage is an abomination. Supposedly, she speaks to God. She's heard the word of God. God's whispering in her ear. Hey, this is what I propose. I propose that two men in white jackets come to her house and pick her up and lock her up in the loony bin because she's obviously hearing voices that are not there. And she's going to have to try to explain to them where the fuck God told her that he finds same-sex marriage an abomination. I just can't wait. I can't wait for the explanation.
To read the word for yourself, because you will have false teachers, false preachers, false prophets, and all these wolves in sheep's clothing lead you.
That's the third time she said wolves in sheep's clothing. It's interesting, right? She's a wolf in really bad hairstyle and really bad lip, whatever the fuck she's doing there, and really bad everything. She's just really bad.
Straight to destruction. You are blindly following people. And
how is it? Okay, same-sex marriage leads us to destruction. I want to hear that again.
Straight to destruction.
No. Come back here, you stupid little bitch.
So important to read the word for yourself, because you will.
Okay, read what words, you stupid fucking cunt? Read what fucking words? Why don't you say what words we're supposed to read? You're an idiot. You are a fucking idiot.
Have false teachers, false preachers, false prophets, and all these wolves in sheep's clothing lead you straight to destruction. You are blindly following people and not studying your word. Now is the time to get.
What does destruction look like exactly, you fucking moron? Will you please tell us what destruction is? I mean, guys have been sleeping with guys for a long time. I mean, we're talking biblical times. So this has been going on since way before you were ever fucking popped out. Way before. What? I don't understand. Why are we still here? We're supposed to be destroyed because men are sleeping with men, women are sleeping with women. That's been going on for, 1,000 years, 2,000, 5,000 years. They were writing about it in your stupid fucking Bible, right? So it's been going on for a long, 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 long time. Why are we still here? Why haven't we all gone to hell? Why are we still kicking it? It doesn't make sense. Literally what you're saying is we're all going to be destroyed if we allow, men to be with men and women to be with women. Oh, no. That's only if you sign a little contract and say and call it marriage. Oh, so it's okay for them to be with each other, right? They just can't have the little contract and have a priest bless them. Oh, I misunderstood. Okay. So we're not destroyed as long as it's not a blessed gay sex thing, just a gay sex thing. We're okay. Gay sex is fine. According to her, gay sex is great and everyone should be doing it and it's fine as long as the priest doesn't come by while you're doing it and bless you. Oh, okay. Okay, great. So she's okay with gay sex unmarried. That's great. Okay, great. Now she's all for freedoms, man.
Into your word, because if you don't, you will easily be deceived and
led astray. Yeah, I'll finish that for you. You're a stupid bitch. Let's see who put this up. 1 Timothy 2:12. If you are a Bible believer, religious fanatic who follows the word, then don't ignore this passage and keep your mouth shut. 1 Timothy 2:12. Okay. I'll bite. I permit no woman to teach or to have authority over men. Oh my God! Dude, that is such an own. Oh my God, that is such an own. Oh my God. Dude. I am so blown away by that response. Wow. Alex, yes, you are the man. Wow. Wow, I'm just like, I don't know what GNB is. That must be a character's, I don't know, but wow, such an own. God, man, that was such an own.
I'm calling out the Pope right now. I'm calling out Pope.
Such an own. He's like, oh, you want to quote Bible verses? How about the one that says no woman should ever teach a man anything? Since you love the Bible so much, shut the fuck up! That's what your God says, bitch! Shut the fuck up! That's what your God says! Shut up! I really like that. I'm gonna walk around with a shirt. No, I'm not. That's terrible. That's very anti-woman. But, in her case, it just seems to fit so nicely. Okay. Well, we covered, and of the priest didn't bless everyone, then what he will be considered discriminative. Tula, what's up? Got a personal phone. She's got a personal phone just for God. Token Tony Z. Well, she thinks she's reading it out of the Bible. And the Bible probably does say some stupid fucking shit. Regarding homosexuals and all that, and he throws stones and all that shit. But at the same time, oh, I keep forgetting the restream chat is up. Don't forget, the restream chat's up, dude. You're good. Just kill that. You're good. I can't deal with all this right now. It's so bitter. Shut the fuck up. Hey, they took a Tony Z Tula, hippie chick. Okay, Tula, thanks for stopping in. You know what's really funny about what Tula just said? She says, I'm out, can't deal with all this right now. You want to know what's funny about that? Literally done with the conversation. I was literally done. It's over. As I said everything I had to say. She's like, I can't be here. Bye. I was like, okay, well, now we're gonna hang out and chill. You're missing the. Now you're gonna miss the fun part. Okay, I wasn't kidding. I was gonna grab my dabber. We're gonna chill. We're gonna move. We're gonna change tracks here. Timing is everything, man. Okay. You're done. I will stay. I'm done. I'm done. And I knew you were still watching. I knew you were still here. I'm glad you stayed, Tula. All right, so. I work to keep each and every one of you here. I want you to know that. It's not easy. Once I get you in the door, man, you know, I gotta try to keep you here. How many thumbs ups did I get so far, guys? 3, okay, 3. Right on, 3. Cool. Thanks for the 3 thumbs ups. Can I get some more? I swear it's not like feeding ducks at the pond. The bread is free. Right? You get to the pond, there's loaves of bread waiting for you. All you got to do is click the thumbs up button, man. It's throw the bread to me. It's that simple, man. It's that simple. I'm going to start thinking you guys are being a little subversive if you don't start giving me thumbs ups on Rumble. Like you're just here for, you know, to hear what I got to say next or maybe to watch me fail. But you're not really here to support me and show me your love. Let's refresh that thumbs up number one more time. 3. Huh. 3. 3. Really? How long have we been live for? 33 minutes of raw content covering Dr. Susan Oliver and what that fucking idiot said? Really? Dude, I gave you guys a half hour of solid content. You don't even want to give me a thumbs up. You guys are mad. Oh, I get it. Oh, I get it. You're mad. That's why you don't want to give me a thumbs up. Why don't you just fucking confront me then? Any one of you, right now in the chat. Go ahead. Let me know why you didn't give me a thumbs up in the Rumble chat. Let me know. Let me know what your little bitch-ass problem is. We'll talk about it one by one. We'll go through the whole list. You gave me one? Thank you, Tula. That's very sweet of you. I appreciate you. Thank you. Let's go ahead and refresh those thumbs ups. 3. Huh. Wow, really? You know, if I had... Hey. It's so bitter. If I had my say about the fucking thumbs... they'd be more than broken. Because there's no excuse. Unless you got one, and then you can try to confront me in the chat. You know, you got a problem with this show, you got a problem with what I'm doing, what I'm saying, how I'm living my life, what I have displayed on the screen right now, go ahead and cunt off to me, please. Can't wait to hear your reason for not giving me a thumbs up. Can't wait. I know there's more than 3 of you here. How many thumbs ups do you all see? You see 3? All right, I'll give myself one. Okay, I see 5 now, and I'm one of them. You're going to retweet me? Thank you, Tula. Go ahead. Engage me. Enlighten us all. Humor me. I challenge you. Tell me why you don't want to give me a thumbs up or fucking leave and make my numbers go down. Fucking tell me why you don't want to give me a thumbs up or just leave. You don't deserve this content. You don't deserve to watch me choke out on the next dab I'm going to do. Fuck no. You don't deserve any of this. So go ahead. Cunt off right now or forever hold your peace and get the fuck out of here. 5 fucking thumbs ups. Really? Who's my 5 chatters? Let's count the 5 chatters. It should be 4, right? Crispy Cat, Bitter, Tony, Hippie Chick. Okay, that's it, man. So, my bad. You know, I'm just going to assume that there really are only 4 people here. Because there's 5 thumbs ups, and I'm one of them. Right? And Rumble misrepresents the fucking numbers of people that are here. So what am I getting upset about? It's really, there's only 5 people here. 4 people. And Tula over there on YouTube. Thank you, Tula. Nothing to be mad about. Everybody gave me a thumbs up. All the human beings that are here, you guys literally all gave me thumbs ups. I can see them and I can count them. And that is how I know there's 4 people watching on Rumble. It says 19, but I know there's at least 4. So, you know, I guess people are just not ready for this kind of content, man. They might not ever be. Saturday evening, everyone's home chilling. Fuck, man. But just so some of you might wonder whether I really do wonder what so many people's problems are that they can't show up to this show. Understand this. I've got my ideas. I really do. And I don't give a fuck. Nothing's going to change. You know? I know where some of the butt hurt's coming from. And I don't fucking care. You're a little bitch. And I'm talking to every single person that doesn't want to be here right now, that comes here all the time, and all of a sudden, we're finding it not so convenient to click into fucking Nay's show. Those are the people I'm addressing. Hey, Deer Slayer, you were on YouTube? Come on over to Rumble, son. Come on over to Rumble. Give me a thumbs up on Rumble while you're here. Still only got 5 thumbs ups. Come on, Deer Slayer. Come on now. I have so few viewers that I can literally ask you personally to give me a thumbs up. Each and every one of you. Tula says Jesus loves you. Out of the blue. Oh, no. It's no, Tula. I see what you're saying. And look, I don't agree. I don't think it was the Christian thing at all. Nope, not my viewers. Not at all. No, I'll tell you what it is, Tula. You want to know what it is? It's 2 things in conjunction with each other. But they both equal the same thing, is that Nay's really happy and doing well. Oh, I think we're on to something. It has nothing to do with Christianity. It's got nothing to do with what I said about the Pope or the Bible or God or any of that. My audience knows how I feel about that. They're very few of them are offended when I speak that way. You know? They know how I feel and it doesn't bother them. No. This is some other stuff. Totally different stuff. And I got it. And all I have to say to all those people that don't want to be here right now is sucks to be y'all. It fucking sucks to be y'all. And it kicks ass to be me and anybody that's watching the show right now that considers themselves a friend of mine. It's cool for you too. But it must suck to be all these motherfuckers that don't want to show up to this show. It must suck. Oh, the pain. Oh, the butt hurt. It's so thick. The butt hurt is so thick, and I know exactly what it's about. There's no mystery here, folks. So the 5 or 6 of you that are here right now that have given me the thumbs ups, I am taking notes. I want you to know that, and I do appreciate all of you. All right, so let's see. The time is 41:45. Let's put that in. 41:45. That's when we're going in on this dab. And let me see. I think there might be 1 or 2 more things I want to talk about. But we can get into the dab first. Let me just look on my Twitter. Now, for those of you that want to be up on the show topics, you should follow my Twitter. And Tula, are you still not following at Nay's Garden on Twitter? I haven't seen you yet on Twitter. At Nay's Garden. Not at Nay's Garden Show. Not Ben Shader. Not at Truthier News. It's at Nay's Garden. Just type that into the search. At Nay's Garden. My channel will pop up. 41:45. Okay, cheers everybody. No law regarding cannabis. Cheers to everyone in the chat. That's Tula, Steve, Token, Deer, Hippie, Bitter. That's everybody. Cheers. First smoking of the show. 42 minutes in. Cheers, Tony, Bitter, Chick. Had TR. Fuck them, they're pissed because you're doing so good. Right? You know, a lot of times I'm complaining, I've got problems, things got me upset, sad, mad, angry, whatever. Oh yeah, everybody's showing up to that. All of a sudden things start looking up for me. On different levels. You can guess what they are. And oh, maybe it's time to get a whole new audience. Oh, I can do it. I know what to do, man. I could totally do it. I could blow up the goddamn internet. I have to sell out a little bit, though, to do it. None of my new audience members would know how real I used to keep it. They would just think I was a super nice, super cool, super smart guy that's right about everything all the time and very humble and never uses drugs on camera, never curses. Yeah. Like a family dinner. I can do it. I can do a family dinner. I can do a family dinner every night for an hour, half hour, once a week for a half hour. Oh, I could do a family dinner for a half hour. No cursing, no drugs. Just me talking, no cursing, no getting angry, maybe even wearing some nice clothes. I'd fill out a suit really good. I would fill out a suit and be looking like a badass in it. You would love it. I'd do my hair, slick it. Watch what you say on the internet, dear Slayer. Watch replay this morning. Missed that last 15-minute thing. Got it now. Yeah. We could talk about that too, guys. You know, I had to block Drew today. I blocked him forever. You know. You can always unblock somebody. But that it asks, you know, how long do you want to block them for? And I picked the eternal block. And for those of you that were watching the show, do you guys know what Drew said that got him blocked? That it wasn't the initial thing. But it was what he didn't say that got him blocked. Do you guys understand? Did you all see that? Y'all want to go over that? Because I could pull that up and we could talk about it. Because it's actually really interesting. I wouldn't be me if I changed up. No, but you know how much money I'd make on YouTube? Bitter? You know how much money I could make? I could make so much money. I could buy so much crypto. I could give so much crypto to these old audience members. I love doing that. I love giving them free crypto. Especially when they give me reasons to do it. Love it. I love opening up Twitter and seeing all the retweets, seeing all the responses. I know who you all are. And when you say something, I will like it. I'll put a heart under it, and you'll know that I saw it. He knows if you've been sleeping. He knows when you're awake. He knows if you are dabbing stuff, so you better dab it now. 'Cause he's coming down your chimney to smoke all your dabs. Trendy Nay is here, so you better act fast. Trendy Nay is smoking up your dabs. Token Tony Z says Deer Slayer is nuts. No, because he said what you said about 3 houses, bro. Deer Slayer, read up what you said about a minute or two ago. Scroll up. That's why he said Deer Slayer is nuts. That's why. It's not a mystery. There's no mystery. Yeah. Yeah, Drewski crossed the line. It wasn't about what he said. You know, I mean, yeah, that had to be corrected, and there should have been an apology. Absolutely. Immediately. There shouldn't have been, you know, he's like, oh man, I fucked up. Nay, I'm sorry, it won't happen again. You're right. That kind of language, even if I'm talking about, you know, what, you know, Adolf Hitler said in reference to the Jews, probably not a good idea to repeat it just because somebody else said it. Even if you put it in quotation marks, that ain't doing it. The best path through there is to not type it into the chat. You know, it wasn't interesting. It wasn't necessary. But at the same time, I was willing to work with the guy. You guys know me, especially one of y'all that comes in here all the time like he does. I'm willing to work with you. Right? All right, let's pull it up. Your videos. I'm going to the YouTube to watch this. Live. May 10th. No, December 23rd. RFK Jr. was all over Epstein's private jet. That's the one, right? Now I remember secondhand talk. Gonna get my coffee. It's already... All right.
Of our lifetime.
Okay, so once again, listen to what Kamala Harris says here. Oh yeah, I remember.
You know, every election cycle we talk about
interrupted.
this is the most election of our lifetime. Lawrence, this one is. This one is. We are literally talking about
She's drunk.
People who are attempting to divide our country in the most crude, frankly, and profound way. We are talking about those who are intent and purpose.
Oh, Drew, you guys all agree that the vice president is drunk, right? On this clip. Does anybody not think that Kamala Harris had been drinking? She left off words. She was talking really slow and really gravelly. Did you guys catch that? Does anybody not think that Kamala Harris was drunk? Here, let's zoom in on that. I want you guys to listen. Listen to her speak here, okay? And I want you guys all to tell me in the chat, whether you think Kamala Harris, the Vice President of the United States, went on TV drunk. Okay? Listen very closely to every word she says, and the word that she doesn't say that she left off and didn't realize it and didn't even go back and correct herself because she's drunk. But she's the Vice President of the United States, right? She's supposed to be statesly. She's supposed to be able to use her words correctly. Harris, for a second. I can't stand her, right? I can't stand her. So this guy says we're going to lose our freedom to be. And he's trying, David Michael, he's trying to make it sound like she's not making any sense here, right? Listen.
You know, every election cycle we talk about this is the most election.
Mom, that sub roll is still in the fridge. You could use that for me if you want. That sub roll? Yeah, if you can find it in there. Dude, me saying mom like that is the greatest moment ever on this podcast. If somebody could make a highlight reel of just those, that'd be worth a good $500. But it would have to be at least a minute and a half long. Not 1 second shorter. All right. That's a lot of moms.
Of our lifetime.
Okay, so once again, listen to what Kamala Harris says here.
You know, every election cycle we talk about this is the most election of our lifetime. Lawrence, this one is. We are literally talking about
she's drunk.
People who are attempting to divide our country in the most crude, frankly, and profound way. We are talking about those who are
intent and purpose. Oh, Drew. You gotta watch your language, bro. For a couple reasons. Number one, she ain't black, bro. Number two, that's just so disrespectful that you use that word in that. I'd like an apology. Right? So and I hope that you never say that again about it. There you go. I immediately asked for an apology. I said I'd like an apology. Right? And I would have to insist that you never use that language in my live stream again. Right? I don't care what the reference was. I don't care who the quote was from. It doesn't belong in my fucking chat. Anybody. I don't even care if you're talking about Candace Owens or, just the worst of the worst. Fucking Jesse Lee Peterson. Think of an African American who I fucking hate more than any other one. Someone because they're so fucking ignorant and stupid and dumb, and self-loathing. And, perhaps I would say, dare I say, someone who supports Donald Trump. I just, no matter how much I fucking can't stand you, no matter how much I hate you, I would never use that language to refer to you. I'm not going to drop to that level. And I'm not going to repeat that language because someone else did it. To explain it to somebody. And the reason why is because it's a violation of fucking terms of service. Fucking AOL. YouTube AOL. You get me fucking banned just for fucking saying that shit. You're just not allowed to fucking say it. If you're on Rumble, you can say whatever the fuck you want. But this is on my screen, and this is going across all of my channels, and you fucking know it. So, based on that alone, you know fucking better. So now, at this point, I'm waiting. Oh. Yeah. Well, I don't want to see that shit in my chat anymore. You know what that reminds me of? I know. What do you mean, funny? You said it. You said I'm funny. What do you mean I'm funny? I mean funny how? What, like I'm a fucking clown? I'm here to amuse you? What? What's funny? Show me funny. That gives you an excuse to use that kind of language? You think that because your grandpa said that and you want to tell me about it, that gives you the right to say that shit in my chat? You know, I'm sure you used to use the N-word a lot too. You can start typing that in my fucking chat too. I don't care what your fucking dumbass grandfather used to say. You know, I'm glad he's fucking dead. Fuck that racist cunt. The last thing you need to do is come on my goddamn podcast and repeat his fucking garbage and then act like it's okay because you're just telling me what somebody else said. Who fucking cares? Okay, look. Let me know. His quote is on screen right now. It's at the bottom of the screen. So I'm going to move it down. Out of respect. No, if that's not making sense to you. Because I want to get to the end of this. It's just Michael Haskey, welcome back, bro. I hope you haven't been having seizures or anything bad. I hope only good things have been going on with you, bro. What's up? A couple more seconds. It's fucking 20 more seconds. Cheers to you, Michael Haskey. But I can't have someone like you coming in here talking like that without Biden death bomb. You know, where the fuck's my apology at? And I had to stop the show for this bullshit. There's that, too. You're fucking done, dude. Fuck you. You're fucking done. Fuck off. Not in your fucking worst fucking, your fucking wettest of dreams. You fucking stupid cunt, fucking bitch, motherfucker. Don't ever fucking let my mom's name fall across your mouth ever again. You fucking dirty piece of shit. Stay the fuck out of my live stream. Yeah, you come on over to fucking YouTube and talk some shit too over there, motherfucker. I'll block you over there just as quick. Anyway, let me just get to the end of this really fast now, guys. Cheers, everybody. Really fast.
Purposeful. To attack.
How many ones can I get in the chat just to see how many people are still here? If you're still watching the show, give me a 1 in the chat right now.
Attack fundamental freedoms, be it the freedom to make a decision about your own body, the freedom to love who you love openly and with pride, the freedom to be free from fear of violence and hate, the freedom to just be, the freedom to just be. You know, every election cycle we talk about this.
Says the free. She's drunk and she's talking smack, but did that make sense to all you guys? I'm gonna summarize it for you. She says, I know every election it's always, oh, this is the most important election of our lifetimes. I understand that, but this one really is, and this is why. Because your very freedoms are being taken away from you. Even your very freedom of just being. Just being. You guys all understood what she said, right? I mean, let's play it again and let me just see if you guys all understood that.
Most election of our
lifetime. Let me know if you understand what the vice president is saying.
This one is. We are literally talking about people who are attempting to divide our country in the most crude, frankly, and profound way. We are talking about those who are intent and purposeful to attack fundamental freedoms, be it the freedom to make a decision about your own body, the freedom to love who you love openly and with pride, the freedom to be free from fear of violence and hate, the freedom to just be, the freedom to just be. You know, every election cycle
makes complete and perfect sense to me. For once in her fucking pathetic career, she finally says something that makes sense And some of these idiots on Twitter are trying to make fun of that. Yeah, she's drunk. She makes some.
What we talk about, this is the most election of our lifetime.
This is the most election of our lifetime. She meant to say the most important, but she didn't because she's been drinking. So it's okay. You're allowed to drink a little bit. You're allowed to be a little tipsy and shit and go on the news. Or she's the goddamn vice president of the goddamn United States of America. She's allowed to have a fucking cocktail, right? She's allowed to have a glass of wine with dinner. And maybe do a shot with her buddy. Whatever. So no big deal. It's okay. So she's a little tipsy. I don't see the problem with that. She's a goddamn vice president of the United States of America. You know? She's allowed to drink, get whatever, go on the TV, do an interview like that. It's fine. I think it's kind of funny. It actually, dare I say, it's actually the first likable thing I've ever seen about her. You know, she got a little tipsy and made a mistake. That's so human. Wow, it's crazy. You know, granted, she let a lot of people stay in prison and make license plates that were innocent. She knew it, and she hid the evidence because she's a fucking cunt. But I'm just saying this one thing, I mean, I can see it because it's what is going on here. I can see it. That's the problem. There are times when all the world's asleep. It's like when I see a whole thread of people bashing Kamala Harris based on shit that ain't there, I'm like, are all of you motherfuckers asleep? Is that how narratived out you are? Because, dude, I'm sorry. Give me 1 second. I hate when I go to a thread on Twitter and every single person is narratived out. And I see it all the time. You know, I saw it with Dr. Susan Oliver, but at the same time, they were all correct in telling her, hey, you got the poll wrong. What are you doing? What is wrong with you? Majority? What? Oh, it didn't win the majority. What? So, I'd like to see the poll get some fucking votes. That'd be nice. That'd make me happy. I'd like to see Dr. Susan Oliver and Steve both, even though I've got him blocked on, I've got that motherfucker blocked on Twitter, so he might not be able to see the poll actually. I should unblock him, you know, because I tweeted at him. That's funny. I just thought of that. He's such a moron. You have to see his tweets again. Oh my god. Oh god. Twitter likes to promote his disinformation bullshit. And you know, it's when I'm following him, it's like him all day. Like maybe I'll mute his shit or something. I'll block him. You know, maybe more people will see it, you know? Wait a second. Profile. Dude, I'm finding that if you want to spell bad words in chats and shit, man, oh God. I'm finding the ultimate way to do it. It's working great on it's working great on Twitter. I'm going to be using it in my titles too. For words. It works really good. Okay, here we go. Blocked. Unblocked. Are you sure? Let me refresh. It still says blocked. Look at that. Isn't that funny? He's got 451,000 followers. I don't have to follow him. I just had to unblock him so he could see the poll. And I could send the poll to him. You know? If I go to my profile... Yay. If I go to my profile... and I click on the poll, please go vote. There it is. Okay. 8 votes, 122 views. Copy. Okay, let's send this over to him. There we go. Post. Dude, maybe he'll see that. Because he's got almost 500,000 followers. So, you know, if it happens, 500,000, he's an anti-science guy. He's an anti-facts guy. It's I mean, we could keep watching that Dr. Susan Oliver video that we started watching before and keep listening to her eviscerate that guy. I don't even remember how far in we got. Why is this dark? That's weird. Okay. We can watch the rest of this.
This chart here shows cumulative age standardised excess deaths in New Zealand from 2019 onwards. As you can see, they are highly negative from 2020 onwards. And the reason for this was that the various measures that were put in place to stop COVID spreading also stopped the spread of other contagious diseases, which meant New Zealand experienced reduced mortality from influenza, etc. Importantly, excess deaths for the whole pandemic period are still negative, although they are trending back towards baseline levels. And there are 2 reasons for this. The first is mortality displacement. The people who didn't die from influenza and other contagious diseases in 2020 and 2021 are now starting to die from the underlying conditions that would have made them susceptible to dying sooner, as well as the infectious diseases that have now come back. And this means that the overall death rate is now increasing. The second reason is, of course, COVID. New Zealand progressively reopened their borders in 2022 and in came COVID, which inevitably led to COVID deaths. But it is important to note that although they are now seeing COVID deaths in New Zealand, the overall COVID mortality rate is still lower than countries who weren't able to stop the spread of COVID before they vaccinated, which makes sense because the vaccine substantially reduces your risk of dying from COVID. The COVID mortality is slightly lower than in Australia, where I live, because we did have a few outbreaks here before we could vaccinate everyone. And the rate is much, much lower than in the United States and United Kingdom, where there was considerable COVID spread before vaccination.
And then we have our sanity check, where we looked at calendar months, and it's flatline for people under 60.
Right. So even with his convoluted, nonsensical methodology, Steve couldn't find a way to show any mortality issues in the under 60s. Whoops again. Fail, Steve.
Fail.
Okay, so
Fail.
the question is by how much?
Fail.
And so we can now use this New Zealand data to make that calculation. And when I did that, I found about, on average, for all the doses, 216 excess deaths per 100K person years. And if you assume that there are normally 2 doses of the vaccine per year, because everybody's upping, getting it every 6 months, this is a crude estimate. Okay, so it turns out that if you do that and you realize 2 doses per person year and do the math, the answer is 1 excess death per 1,000 doses.
If you wanted any more evidence that Steve's calculations are absolute bollocks, this is it. There are no excess deaths in New Zealand, let alone 1 in 1,000, just mortality displacement. But there are excess deaths in countries that weren't able to control COVID prior to vaccination, which is, of course, the exact opposite of what we would be seeing if Steve was right. Oh, and by the way, quite a few people have commented and let me know that bollocks isn't a scientific term. Well, gee, thanks all of you people for letting me know. I mean, if you hadn't told me that, I'm sure I would have just put it into a few scientific papers. Thank goodness that you told me.
And of course, my favorite is the anecdotes. And the scientists always say, oh, anecdotes, the plural of anecdote is anecdotes, and it's not data. Bullshit. Okay? In a world where information is being withheld or distorted, anecdotes are often the best source of truth. Let me give you an example. Jay Bonner, 57-year-old high-tech executive, 15 friends died unexpectedly post-vax. All the dead were vaxxed. Prior to the vax rollout, Jay had 1 unexpected death in over 30 years. And 4 of the 15 people who died within 24 hours of a vaccine, and 3 of the 4 were under 30. Within 24 hours of the vaccine. Like, hello?
Wait, what? So after showing data that there are no excess deaths in those under 60 in New Zealand and that there are no excess deaths directly following vaccination in New Zealand, Steve shares an anecdote of someone who claims he is seeing this? Make up your mind, Steve. And by the way, I'm a bit suspicious that this guy could be a serial killer because most people don't have that many friends who have died recently.
The states. Now, the states have the record level data, but they don't do the analysis because why should they? The CDC says it's safe. So they got the records, but they don't look at them. It's a catch-22. Nobody basically analyzes the data.
Contrary to Steve's claims, record level data is regularly analysed, and it is analysed by people who, unlike Steve, actually know what they are doing. For example, the ONS in England regularly compares the mortality rate of the vaccinated and the unvaccinated using legally obtained record level data. Now, the data from the ONS is provided in an Excel spreadsheet, but I've plotted some of it to make it easier to see. This figure here shows the age standardised death rate for all-cause mortality for vaccinated versus unvaccinated people by month from April 2021 to May 2023. The pink lines are the vaccinated and the dotted blue lines are the unvaccinated. And I've used dotted lines this time so that my lovely viewers who are colourblind can still see which one I'm talking about. And just to be clear, you are considered vaccinated from the day you get your first dose. As you can see, mortality rates are consistently lower in the vaccinated compared with the unvaccinated across all time periods. You can also see that deaths don't occur uniformly in either group, which is more evidence that Steve's whole premise is bollocks. Now, of course, there are confounders in this data, but it is quite telling that it is showing the opposite of what Steve is claiming with his incomplete data that doesn't even have an unvaccinated control group.
You know what these are? Crickets. That's what I got. 100K reward. I even offered any scientist in the world 100K to come here, and if you convinced people you were right, you'd win 100K. Nobody wanted to challenge me live. And I even opened it up to the anti-vaxxers. So these are the people who say that I'm wrong. And I said, if any of you want to come here and challenge me live, I'm opening up the offer to them, and none of them wanted to reply.
Well, look at that. Cindy and I got a mention in one of Steve's 288 slides. Thanks, Steve. I'm sure Cindy would have loved to have been there, but like me, she lives in Australia. I also believe some of the other people he invited are actually blocked by him, so they wouldn't have even seen the invite. And guess what? Cindy and I also got our own special invite to meet with Steve. Here it is.
Mate.
Susan, I'm on a plane to the UK and would like to meet with you and Cindy so we can discuss this. Will you meet with me? Did I mention Cindy and I live in Australia? So, in summary, the stolen data shows no increase in deaths directly after vaccination, no increase in deaths in those younger than 60, and there are no excess deaths in New Zealand, unlike those countries who weren't able to control COVID prior to vaccination. That's why Steve had to come up with such a convoluted story and in an attempt to make the data fit his agenda. If you'd like to look further into the data I've presented, I provided links in the video's description. And please remember this video is about the science, but you shouldn't take it as medical advice. For that, you should speak to your medical practitioner. If you've got this far, thank you for listening. And if you've liked, shared, or commented on the video, double thank you, because that helps the algorithm and means that more people will see the video. And of course, thank you to everyone who has bought me a coffee, or little Cindy, who I'm missing so much, a treat. We really appreciate your support. We will be continuing to make videos about the science in the future. So if you'd like to join the cool kids and stay informed, please hit the subscribe button. Hello and welcome to Back to the Science. I'm Dr. Susan Oliver and I'm a scientist, and this is Cindy Oliver and she's a dog. And by the way, we live in Australia, but that's a story for another video. Those of you who are regular watchers of our channel may have noticed that the last video that I uploaded disappeared after about an hour. And if you happen to have a link and clicked on it, you were told that it had been removed because it violated community standards. And if you've been a regular viewer for a while, you'd know that this isn't the first time this has happened. In fact, it has happened at least 10 times. Sometimes the videos have been put back by YouTube within a few hours, sometimes within a few days or weeks, and for one video, it took over a year. And all the videos were removed for the same reason. YouTube deemed them to violate their medical misinformation policy. In every case, they made a mistake and subsequently apologised, which I appreciate. But contrast this to larger YouTubers like, for instance, Dr. John Campbell, who don't even have their videos full of misinformation removed in the first place. And it's clear that YouTube's misinformation policy, whilst well-meaning, is contributing to the spread of misinformation on their platform. They allow medical misinformation to remain whilst removing content debunking that misinformation. This not only allows the misinformation to go unchallenged, but also allows anti-vaxxers to claim that it can't be misinformation because YouTube hasn't removed it, which inadvertently makes the misinformation seem even more credible. In this video, we'll be looking at how their policies allow this to happen. So let's have a look at their medical misinformation policy. YouTube doesn't allow content that poses a serious risk of egregious harm by spreading medical misinformation that contradicts local health authorities or the World Health Organization's guidance about specific medical conditions and substances. This policy includes the following categories: prevention misinformation, treatment misinformation, denial misinformation. What do they mean by these? Prevention misinformation. We do not allow content that promotes information that contradicts health authority guidance on the prevention or transmission of specific health conditions or on the safety, efficacy or ingredients of currently approved and administered vaccines. Treatment misinformation. We do not allow content that promotes information that contradicts health authority guidance on treatments for specific health conditions, including promotion of specific harmful substances or practices that have not been approved by local health authorities or the World Health Organization as safe or effective, or that have been confirmed to cause severe harm. Denial misinformation. We do not allow content that denies the existence of specific health conditions. Now, if any anti-vaxxers are listening, they are probably screaming at the screen about censorship and freedom of speech. Get over yourselves. It's YouTube's platform, so they get to decide what content they show, just like a lot of places have dress codes. Sometimes it could be as simple as requiring you to wear a shirt, but sometimes it could be a specific type of shirt, like one with a collar. And YouTube doesn't just have policies about medical misinformation.
Right.
They also have policies about nudity and sexual content, violence, hate speech, firearms, etc. If you don't agree with the policies, you don't have to watch YouTube videos. It's as simple as that. And if you can't go with people moving their arms when they talk, you don't have to watch my videos. And there is a very good reason for YouTube to have these policies beyond just being a good corporate citizen. YouTube makes most of its money from advertising, and most advertisers don't want to be associated with a platform that spreads dangerous misinformation or allows hate speech, as Elon Musk is now learning. Now, if you're a regular watcher of my videos and have at least a basic understanding of medical science, you would know that my videos don't spread medical misinformation. So why have I had so many videos removed? It's estimated that over 500 hours of videos are uploaded to YouTube every minute, which means videos are checked using artificial intelligence and not by people. And this is a major problem if you're a channel owner that debunks medical misinformation, because you have to show the medical information that you are debunking before you debunk it. And this will often...
Exactly. That's why I say, fuck you, YouTube. You guys are fucking idiots. Because of what she just said. Do I feel better after eating all those grapes?
trigger the AI. Now, YouTube recognises that they can make mistakes, so they have an appeal system. And when you lodge your appeal, you are given 800 characters to explain why your video isn't misinformation, which isn't a lot when they don't actually tell you which bit of the video they think is misinformation.
Right?
But it's better than nothing. Anyway, I lodged an appeal when my last video was removed, and less than 2 minutes later, I received the following email. Hi, Back to the Science. We have reviewed your appeal for the following video.
Another computer.
New syndrome, post-Dr. Campbell anxiety and depression. We have reviewed your content carefully and confirmed that it violates our medical misinformation policy. We know that this is probably disappointing news, but it's our job to make sure that YouTube is a safe place for all.
Fucking cunts.
How this impacts your content.
Fuck you, YouTube.
We won't be putting your
You guys are a
content
bunch of
back up
fucking
on
cunts.
YouTube.
Fuck
If your
you.
appeal was for a warning, you will not be given another warning in the future. If your appeal was for a strike, this strike will remain on your channel. You can find more information about warnings and strikes
Every
in the
time she
YouTube
reads
Help
something,
Centre.
it sounds like
Thanks,
she's doing the reading for a
YouTube
children's
team.
book.
Now, given that my video was over 26 minutes long and my appeal was rejected in under 2 minutes, it's pretty clear that when they said they had reviewed my content carefully, they were lying. And whoever was assigned to review it was either being malicious or lazy. Now, this is not my first rodeo. I have had appeals rejected before, and after the second time it happened, I was fortunate to discover that YouTube had a Twitter team who were willing to help out. So I reached out to them again, and after a few days, my video was reinstated, and I received an apology for their mistake.
I never got an apology.
Some of you may be thinking, what's the big deal then, given that my video has been reinstated?
Fucking cunts.
But there are a few issues. Firstly, not everyone is on the platform formerly known as Twitter, and even if they are, they may not know that they have the option of
I like that
contacting
she
the
at least
team
calls it
there
Twitter.
to get it sorted. I didn't know about it until a year after my first appeal was rejected. This means that a lot of debunking videos are never reinstated, and a lot of channels choose not to bother making any more of them. The second problem is when videos are reinstated after being removed, they never seem to achieve many views. And I'm guessing this is possibly a flaw with the algorithm, assuming that it is an unpopular video and therefore not offering it up to anyone, because the algorithm isn't taking into account that no one could view it for most of the time it was uploaded. But that's just my guess. I've got no idea really. But if you look at this screenshot here, the grey down arrow next to the number of views means that the views are lower than average, whereas the green tick next to the impression click-through rate means that that is actually above average, which normally if you're getting a good click-through rate, they'll keep showing it to more and more people, but not happening with my video. Oh, and by the way,
Yeah, the way she does her
YouTube
hands
policies
makes her
also
look
apply
like a
to
little
comments,
kid.
which is why a lot of comments disappear on my channel and other channels. A number of trolls have accused me of deleting any comments that don't agree with my view, but I actually rarely do this. I'm quite happy for anti-vaxxers to demonstrate their stupidity to everyone. However, I will delete any comments that are homophobic, transphobic, racist, etc. And if you have a problem with that, you're an asshole. So I don't care what you think.
Good.
Unfortunately, the comment moderation is done almost exclusively by AI. So they make a lot of mistakes and remove a lot of comments that don't contain misinformation, whilst leaving up a lot of comments that do. I did once contact YouTube about this, and one of my viewers who knows who he is was very helpful in collating a number of examples of his shadow ban comments for them so that they could fix it. But after several months of regular updates letting me know that they were continuing to work on it, they let me know that it was going to take a lot longer than they thought, and I haven't heard anything since. What can you do? Now, I mentioned that my videos do contain some misinformation because I have to show the misinformation that I am debunking. And YouTube YouTube policies allow this.
And her haircut.
Well, it
yeah.
just so happens that the misinformation in my last video came from a video by Dr. John Campbell, which is entitled New Syndrome. And at the time I took this screenshot, it had 1.8 million views and hadn't been removed. So why did YouTube AI remove my content but not John's? Well, I don't know for sure, but it could be that because John has a large channel that makes YouTube lots of money, he's exempt from automatic AI reviews and instead always gets a human review.
Yeah, nice, like Jimmy Dore does.
But why are the humans allowing John to publish videos that contain medical misinformation? Well, because there are loopholes in the medical misinformation policy that allow you to publish medical misinformation. And John knows how to exploit these loopholes. And I'll just read them out to you. Educational, documentary, scientific or artistic content. We may allow content that violates the misinformation policies noted on this page if that content includes additional context in the video, audio, title or description. This is not a pass to promote misinformation. Additional context may include countervailing views from local health authorities or medical experts. We may also make exceptions if the purpose of the content is to condemn, dispute or satirise misinformation that violates our policies. We may also make exceptions for content discussing the results of a specific medical study or showing an open public forum, like a protest or public hearing, provided the content does not aim to promote misinformation that violates our policies. YouTube also believes people should be able to share their own experiences, including personal experiences with vaccinations, for example.
Your iPhone pixels.
This means we may make exemptions for content in which creators describe first-hand experiences from themselves or their family. And at the same time, we recognise there is a difference between sharing personal experiences and promoting misinformation. To address this balance, we will still remove content or channels if they include other policy violations or demonstrate a pattern of promoting medical misinformation. Now, obviously, the bit about showing misinformation to condemn, dispute or satirise that misinformation is what I do. And a few years ago, John did this too, but now he uses this loophole as well as others to spread misinformation. Now, one of his favourite tricks is to show misinformation that was presented in Parliament while he nods along in agreement.
This speech does not have that many numbers because most of the important numbers are being kept hidden. Other data has been oddly presented in a distorted way and concerned people seeking to highlight important findings and ask questions have found themselves inexplicably under attack. Before debating excess deaths,
he can do this because one of the loopholes allows showing a public hearing provided the content does not aim to promote misinformation that violates YouTube's policies.
It does.
And he conforms to the second bit by also showing the rebuttal to the misinformation. But have a look at what he does while the rebuttal is happening.
Can I start by acknowledging that he is correct? We have seen an increase in excess deaths in the last year. However, his analysis is something I will disagree with because the causes that he refers to are simply do not bear to the statistics that we have. There have been a combination of factors contributing to the increase in excess deaths, including in the last year high flu prevalence, the ongoing challenges of COVID-19. We had the Strep A outbreak and conditions such as heart disease, which he touched on, diabetes and cancer, because we had virtually a lockdown of routine health services over a 2-year period. Many of those are now coming forward with increased morbidity and mortality as a result of that. And starting with winter flu, the number of positive tests last year peaked at 31.8%, the highest seen in the last 6 years. And interim analysis from the UK HSA indicated the number of deaths in England associated with flu was far higher than pre-pandemic levels, so excess deaths due to flu last winter is sadly part of the answer. And he touched on the independent body of the ONS. Well, their figures show that the leading cause of death in England is still dementia, which accounts for about 10% of all deaths. But they do also look at the cause of excess deaths. And if you look at the figures as of June this year, the top 3 causes of excess deaths are respiratory illnesses, dementia and ischemic heart disease, which is often caused by an increase in cholesterol, smoking, not having a blood pressure check. So there's a number of reasons, and they are often chronic conditions that people have had for years, decades in fact, some people, and are not acute illnesses.
And just in case it's not clear to you what John is doing, here's a video of him explaining his tactics.
I do a lot through intimation, giving the camera funny looks and
Yeah.
people know what I mean,
And you get away with it.
Yeah, and of course Vladimir Putin has nothing to do with that.
Right. Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah.
Or of course Merck doesn't have any interest that
No.
ivermectin at this point, right?
They've got two antivirals coming out this year, but they don't care. Yeah.
And that was me giving you a funny look in case you missed it. Anyway, as John explains, it's clear to his audience that he is spreading misinformation, even though it's not clear to the YouTube fact checkers. Another loophole that John likes to exploit is the loophole that allows exceptions for content discussing the results of a specific medical study. Because you can publish any old bollocks nowadays and claim it is a medical study. In fact, John can just say that he is presenting a study and YouTube's fact checkers will believe him, like he does here.
This one is for the whole population of England. Annus Horribilis, this is a horrible year. This is June 2022 to May 2023. Now, we've got deaths from all causes in England. So 490,000 people actually died in England. And if no one had been vaccinated, then it should have been 334 based on this data. Now, what the author has done here is he's taken the death rate in people that weren't vaccinated and said, well, if this accurately represents the whole population, which it probably does because there's 1 million or 2 in each cohort, in each age group, the death rate in the people that are unvaccinated, if that applied to the whole population, what would the difference be? So the death rates in the unvaccinated were taken as the normal, and then we're comparing the deaths in the vaccinated and the whole population in comparison. It's really quite a clever way to look at this. So here we see the red is the actual deaths, and if the death rate in the whole population was the same as the death rate in the unvaccinated population, we would have got the green figure.
He's not presenting a study here. He's presenting information from a blog post of an idiot who doesn't understand how to analyse data. The author claims that if there had been no vaccinations, the number of deaths in England would have been only 334,672 over a 1-year period. It's easy to see that this information is bollocks because in 2019, before COVID or COVID vaccines, there were 496,370 total deaths in England. But despite this being obvious misinformation and many people reporting it, YouTube didn't remove this video because it satisfied one of their loopholes. Funnily enough, John ended up removing it himself after he was contacted by the BBC and told they were going to cover his video on their More or Less show. He also removed all his posts about it on other platforms and never mentioned it again.
Oh, whoa.
Another way John exploits the medical study
out.
loophole is by deliberately leaving out key information when he covers the study.
Goes on. Both natural infection and mRNA-based vaccinations can be accompanied by transient autoimmune phenomena.
His pencil and
now,
his
this is pretty significant in
his
itself
circles
because
and
here
his
we have the
underlines.
WHO
This is what
actually
impresses
admitted
Jimmy Dore so
that
much.
SARS coronavirus 2 vaccines can cause autoimmune phenomena. This is actually a pretty big breakthrough. Let's hope this paper stays up because it really is quite a groundbreaking piece. And I am live from the WHO website now.
So here's a screenshot of what John claimed the WHO said in that clip. Both natural infection and the mRNA-based vaccinations can be accompanied by transient autoimmune phenomena, or onset of autoimmune diseases. Is that what the article actually said? No. What it said was, both natural infection and to a much lower extent, the mRNA-based vaccinations can be accompanied by transient autoimmune phenomena or onset of autoimmune diseases. John left out 5 words, to a much lower extent. He is deliberately hiding the fact that this is much more likely to occur following natural infection. Oh, and by the way, it wasn't the WHO that said this. It came from a conference abstract that was included in a WHO database.
Wow.
And the database just happens to include a disclaimer, which says the following.
Hey, Dave.
By listing publications in this database and providing links to external sites does not mean that WHO endorses or recommends those publications or sites, or has verified the content contained within them. The database has been compiled without warranty of any kind, either expressed or implied. The responsibility for the interpretation and use of publications included in this database lies with the reader. In no event shall WHO be liable for damages arising from its use. So the WHO is making it very clear that they do not endorse anything included in the database. But YouTube's fact checkers don't know this. And they don't know that John has misrepresented what the study said anyway. So again, he can use the loophole to spread misinformation. The other loophole that John exploits is that YouTube also believes people should be able to share their own experiences, including personal experiences with vaccinations, for example. This means they make exceptions for contents in which creators describe first-hand experiences from themselves or their family. Of course, YouTube has no way of knowing if these people are telling the truth, so John can interview anyone who is claiming to have a vaccine injury without being in breach of their policy. He can even make stuff up himself.
Now, my last COVID vaccine personally was in November 2021, and I started taking blood pressure meds in March 2022. And I don't take my blood pressure that often, tend to take it every 3 months, every 6 months. But when I took it in January, it had been going up and kept an eye on it, and it had gone up really quite all of a sudden, really. Having had pretty low blood pressure all my life, especially my diastolic blood pressure has always been really quite low. About a couple of years ago, it was like 60, 65. It was really quite good. And my diastolic blood pressure has actually gone up quite a lot, and my systolic blood pressure went up quite a bit as well. So I've had to start taking blood pressure medicines. Not ideal, but that's what I need to keep my blood pressure under control, because if you don't keep your blood pressure under control, you get all sorts of complications, as I'm sure you're well aware. The yellow card scheme, of course, is from the way that we report adverse reactions in the United Kingdom. And originally, these were literally yellow cards. They're still in the back of British National Formula, although this has gone on to paperless now, of course. So that's why they're called yellow cards. And anyone can fill them out. I filled one out for my own personal suspected vaccine injury that I suffered myself.
Now, it's a bit of a stretch to link hypertension to getting a booster vaccine, given John is an overweight male in his 60s who likes to drink alcohol. And all of these are risk factors for hypertension. But the personal story loophole allows him to do it. Here's the thing, though. He didn't develop hypertension after receiving the booster dose. Here's a snippet from an earlier video that he made.
My blood pressure strangely went up in 2020. So it had been low all my life. Then all of a sudden, 2020, I checked it, and it had gone up. Strange but true. So I assessed that I had high blood pressure. My diastolic blood pressure especially was a bit high. So the plan was I take some blood pressure medication. I take some amlodipine. The implementation is I take that and I assess my blood pressure from time to time. And yes, thankfully, the amlodipine is keeping my blood pressure under control. It's individualised. But I wouldn't want to say that everyone in the country should take high blood pressure tablets.
That was another funny look in case you missed it. So, John's personal story is basically a lie, but YouTube's fact checkers don't know this, so he gets to exploit the loophole with impunity. Now, I've just given you a few examples of how John exploits YouTube's loopholes to spread misinformation. There are many, many more. But if I showed you all of them, this video would go for hours or possibly days. Meanwhile, those trying to combat his misinformation and misinformation in general are continually subjected to automatic AI deletion. The combined effect of this means that medical misinformation continues to thrive on YouTube and people continue to suffer as a consequence. Even worse, people who aren't aware of the loopholes and how they can be exploited use the fact that YouTube hasn't deleted videos as evidence that they are not misinformation. So YouTube's misinformation policy is inadvertently making misinformation seem more credible. If you'd like to look further into the data I've presented, I've provided links in the video's description. And please remember this video is about the science, but you shouldn't take it as medical advice. For that, you should speak to your medical practitioner. If you've got this far, thank you for listening.
How does she know our medical practitioner's any good? Maybe our doctor sucks. Terrible advice. Alright, you guys, thanks for watching. I'm out of here. Have a great night. And once again, I'll just show you, she, you know, with all the information, the fact she's a PhD, she seems to have a problem reading her own poll. So I created one without silly answers. Would you like to see discussion between Steve Kirsch and Dr. Susan Oliver online? Yes or no? It's that simple. For some reason, she couldn't make a poll like that. She doesn't want to go do whatever, but there's my response to her. Thanks so much, everybody. Bye.